Hello, dear students, good morning. I am Niranjan Jha, a teacher of Mahatma Gandhi Shikshan Sansthan Darbhanga. This time I am going to teach the students of class 8. Subject is science. This is chapter 4. This is 11th video on this chapter. We have already discussed all the topics of this chapter. This time we have to revise from beginning. And when we shall revise from beginning, then this is clear, we shall revise in short, in a nutshell. We have to discuss everything in nutshell. Now I am starting. First of all, what is matter? Around us we see different types of things. All those things are made of different kinds of matter. What is matter? Anything which occupies a space and has some mass is called matter. Matter has divided into two groups. Broadly, matters have divided into two groups. One is the pure substance, other is the mixture. Again, pure substance has divided into two groups. One is element, other is compound. Both are the elements and compounds, both are the examples of pure substances. Elements has further subdivided into three groups: metals, non-metals and metalloids. Examples of metals are iron, copper. Examples of non-metals are oxygen, hydrogen, nitrogen, etc. And metalloids are arsenic, antimony and many others. Metalloids are those elements which has properties of both metals and non-metals. These non-metalloids are not purely metals or purely non-metals. Here our topic is to discuss in detail metals and non-metals. About the elements, metals and non-metals, we shall discuss in details. Element, that pure substance which cannot be subdivided into another simpler substance, is called elements. For example, oxygen, iron, gold, all these are the examples of elements. Now we have to discuss physical properties. In revision, we shall start from discussing physical properties of metals and non-metals. And we have already studied physical properties, those properties which can be experienced with the help of our sense organs. For example, if anything is white in color, that is, the color is the physical property. Size and shapes are the examples of physical property. Here first physical property is physical state. All the metals except mercury are solid at room temperature. Only mercury is a metal which is liquid at room temperature. And non-metals are available in all the three states: solid state, liquid state and gaseous states. There are total 22 non-metals, out of which 11 are available in solid state. Examples are carbon, sulfur, etc. Only one liquid non-metal, that is bromine, and the other 10 are in the gaseous states: oxygen, hydrogen, nitrogen. These are the examples of non-metals. Out of 22 solid in 11 elements are in solid state, 1 in liquid state and remaining 10 in gaseous state. Second property, malleability and brittleness. First we have to know what is malleability. The property by virtue of which metals can be converted into thin sheets or foils by hammering or by pressing. This property is called malleability. All metals are malleable except zinc. All metals are malleable means all metals can be converted into sheet by hammering or by pressing with the help of machine. And due to this property of malleability, metals are converted into different types of sheets. All metals are malleable except zinc, and the property due to which anything breaks into pieces on hammering is called brittleness. Non-metals are brittle. Non-metals, for example, coal cannot be converted into sheet. When the piece of coal will be hammered, then it will change into piece. Non-metals are brittle. Metals are malleable and non-metals are brittle. Ductility, the property by virtue of which metals can be changed into thin wire, is called ductility. Ductility is also one physical property. Due to this property, metals can be changed in the form of thin wire. Aluminum, copper, iron, these are changed into thin wire due to the property of ductility. Gold and silver are also changed into form of thin wire due to the property of ductility. Gold and silver are most malleable metals and most ductile metal. Metals are ductile and non-metals are brittle. Non-metals cannot be converted in the form of thin sheets. Then luster. Luster in pure state, metals has shining surface. The property of shining of metals in their pure state is called metallic luster. Normally all metals have metallic luster. In pure state, metals have a shining surface. That shining surface is known as metallic luster or lustrous. And non-metals do not have shining appearance. Non-metals have dull appearance. Any substance, they may have either shining surface or they may have dull surface. Metals have shining surface and non-metals have dull appearance or dull surface. Conductivity of heat. Metals are good conductors of heat. Non-metals are poor conductor of heat. And metals are good conductor of heat. Due to this property, metals are used for making utensils and many other substances. Aluminum, copper, these are used for making utensils due to the property of conductivity of heat. Non-metals, iodine and graphite has sign. In metals are good conductor of heat, but there is one exception. Bismuth is a metal, but it is not a good conductor, it is a poor conductor of heat. Next is the conductivity of electricity. All the metals are good conductor of electricity. Due to this property, metals are used as for making electric wire. Due to being good conductor of heat, metals are used for making utensils, and metals are good conductor of electricity, so metals are used for making electric wire. Normally copper and aluminum are used for making electric wires. Non-metals are poor conductor of electricity except graphite. Graphite is a form of carbon. It is example of non-metals, but graphite is a good conductor of electricity, and graphite is used in many electric cells. Sonorosity. Sonorosity is also one physical property of metals. Sonorosity is that property, this is the definition, the property of producing a ringing sound on striking with a hard object is called sonorosity. All metals are sonorous. Here sonorous means when metal will be struck by a hard object, then that will produce a ringing sound or last longing sound. And just like the sound is ton. In normally what we see when metallic object fall down in the house at any time, then that produces a ton sound, and that sound remains for long time, so that is known as last longing sound or ringing sound. Non-metals are non-sonorous. Here non-sonorous means if non-metal will fall down or non-metal will be struck with a hard object, then it will do not produce any ringing sound or last longing sound. So non-metals are non-sonorous. Metals are sonorous and non-metals are non-sonorous. Due to the property of sonorosity, metals are used for making bells. In bells we see bells are different types of bells, either in the temple or at the home or call bell. All types of bell are made of metals. Due to which property metals are used for making bells, due to the property of sonority. It means when metals are struck by hard object, that will produce a ringing sound. Melting and boiling points. Here generally metals have high melting points and high boiling points, and non-metals have low melting and boiling point. Here first we have to know what is melting point. That temperature or that particular temperature at which any substance start melting is called melting point. The substance does not melt completely, but melting only start. That particular temperature at which temperature any substance start melting, that temperature is known as melting point. and boiling point, that temperature at which any liquid start boiling, that temperature is known as boiling point. When any liquid is heated, then does not start boiling just after starting the heating. Initially temperature rises, and when temperature rises to particular temperature, then boiling start. That particular temperature at which boiling start is known as boiling point, and that particular temperature at which any solid substance start melting, that is known as melting point. In case of solid, melting point and boiling points both are high, and in case of non-metals, melting point and boiling points both are low. This time we have revised the general concepts of metals and the physical properties of metals. In next video we shall revise chemical properties of metals and then displacement reaction and reactivity series. Thanks.